Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for many people's favorite segment, Emma's vlog. And right off the bat, she missed a bench press PR. I wasn't expecting that. I really thought she'd have a PR. She tried, I guess, like 140, failed it. I think she tried 137 and a half after, failed it. So, again, we've got work to do there. She also said it was an off day. Everything felt really heavy on the way up, felt really heavy. So, that's expected, but keeping in mind, she's hit PR after PR on very, very similar presses. So I really thought we had more than a 135 bench. However, like we said, she was feeling off that day. So I'm actually going to try it again fairly soon because the rest of her week went really good. She actually hit some good numbers, good PR on squat, everything else. Now, afterwards, she did dumbbell presses, right? We did dumbbell presses, we did neutral grip pull ups, we did incline dumbbell press, and then I believe she did some one arm dumbbell rows. Although I don't know if I got footage from day one on those rows, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll see where it's at in the rotation. But I believe that is what we programmed. And some of these, there was a lot of discussion. My God, there was a lot of discussion last time to the point where people had this really ridiculous argument. And a bunch of people said, yeah, Jason's not even commenting. Uh, I'll get to that in a second after the PR. We got 215 and then 220 on the safety squat, right? That's a PR, 220 on a safety bar. So we're going to test her back squat in about 2 weeks next time we do a squat max, because look at that. She did 220 there. Our goal, short-term goal, was to hit that 225 back squat. She's hit a 215. She's got at least 225 because the safety bar is harder. We're good. And then she did good mornings after and safety bar split squats. So let's talk a little bit about people chiming in. I literally had, when I tried to explain something, I literally had trolls come in and go, oh, you can't even argue back and you have the mental age of a 10-year-old, etc., which is just absolutely ridiculous. No, I'm just not going to listen to a bunch of people take one of my lifters who has advanced numbers, who her husband at this point has elite numbers on several lifts. I've coached both of them very long term. And they're going to stand there and criticize her lifting when they don't have any lifting videos up. They can't even prove that they've ever bench pressed 2 plates aside as a man. They have no evidence. And here's what I'm going to say. If you're a coach or you're a serious lifter with good numbers, odds are you're going to have at least something on your channel, right? So for all we know, these are a bunch of clowns. And I'm just not going to stand there and humor that. People like that who don't like the way she performs a dumbbell press. We've put 15 pounds on her bench in the last year. I'm surprised it wasn't up another 5 just now. As an advanced woman, okay, in the last year, we've gone from 120 to a 135 bench. We've seen her deadlift 300 pounds. She's coming along good. This is a drug-free, lean woman. And she's still making progress. So I really don't know what the complaints are. And again, it was a bunch of nonsense. And I'm just not interested in humoring it. It's just like when I tell you guys on my stuff, I don't put up with you criticizing my stuff. You better have some videos up showing that you and your clients do better. If you can't, then you're just a troll. Hey, everyone films themselves. This is 2021. Don't pretend you don't have any lifting videos. I mean, if you're strong, then okay, I might take you a little more seriously. You got a bunch of clients. You're uploading your clients lifting. You're an actual coach. Okay, I might take you seriously. But there's no need to. And there's no problem with her dumbbell presses. Look, it's a stretch reflex movement. I don't care if her eccentric's a little fast. It's a stretch reflex movement. Okay, builds pec. Probably going to take her back to some barbell work, though. I feel like she needs a little bit more bench pressing after that miss. But that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with the dumbbell presses. It's just ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. Again, people who can't even prove that they're stronger than her don't like her form on a lift. Jesus Christ. Get over yourselves. All right, but we are going to be rotating those out here shortly. We need to change her supplemental workup a little bit. Again, the neutral grip pull-ups, she's doing pretty good. I might want to take her back to chins though, because she had progressed really well on those, but then she stalled. I might rotate those back in for her soon. It remains to be seen. I think I'm definitely going to put some barbell work back in place of these dumbbells coming up. She'd benefit from it. And then for everything else, we've got to bring up adductors and quads for her squatting. Right? Her deadlifting has been coming along great. We now have a pretty large gap between her deadlift and her squat, so I do want to focus on legs more to get her squat up. Got to focus on that. She really needs a little more delt, a little more pec for her benching. Right? That's what we need to see for her. And again, we can put the work in for that. Not an issue. But again, the lifts here, we see the one arm dumbbell rows this time. So there they are. They're clearly there. So she does those 4 supplemental lifts right now on her upper body days. Then we had speed squats with bands and a safety bar. All right. So safety bar speed squats with bands. We're back to conventional deadlifts for the speed pulls. So again, for those who are noticing the trend for Emma, we do all banded work because she's got a platform. She's got band pegs, so we're going to use it. So we rotate sumo in 3-week waves, and we rotate conventional in 3-week waves. Now, it doesn't mean sometimes we won't change that up. I might have some phases where she does a deficit and still runs against bands, so we stand on a 1-inch plate. We might even do 1-inch block pulls, depending on what's going on in the strength curve. But when I add things like deficits or I add things like block pulls, that's for speed work, that's usually going to be based upon if we're seeing some weak links coming out on a max that we want to specifically address biomechanically, right? We want to impact the strength curve there. Good mornings, I believe she said she's PRing here. I think she did 125, 410s on those. And then again, we've got the split squats. And like you guys are noticing, I like to rotate back and forth a bit, safety bar with dumbbells. Again, to break it up, right? Dumbbells are a little harder and they test your grip more, but it does give us some variation. So that again, if we're worried about overuse, we've got 2 different split squats to use because again, she doesn't normally have things like a leg press. She doesn't have access to a belt squat. So single leg exercises and squats are basically what we have to work with. And then we finish off with very, very high rep reverse hypers for her. Again, get the restoration going. All right, guys, but overall, I'm happy with her training this week. Not happy about the missed bench, but we got that squat PR, which tells me she's getting stronger there. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.